are
Is the audio on?
back. Yes, the audio is on.
I didn't get a.
It's on.
I didn't get a notification. 1.19 thousand people are subscribed, and we're not letting them know right now that we're live. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
All right.
All right.
No, so Tony's got a story now. He was sick for 3-4 days.
Oh, that story? I thought we were
That's going to sound good.
Sorry, I'm turning it down.
I thought we were going to tell. All right, go ahead. You do it.
Tell us it, Tony.
So every year we take this little trip right before our camper season opens up with our friends from our camper and Michelle's cousin who comes up to the camper often. You guys have met him a bunch of times.
Yep.
Jason.
Yep.
The only other Jason I don't like when he's drunk.
Shut up.
I didn't say you were the first Jason, but I think it can be implied.
Stop being a hater. It's because you don't drink doesn't mean you can't not like other drinkers.
No, I like
Share the
all,
love. Share the love.
No, I love all other drunk people. I just have problems with 2 drunk people. That's it.
You're such a baby.
I don't like people getting fucking handsy with me or
I don't
other
get handsy
people
with
around.
you. I rub your back. You don't like rubbing someone coming up behind and rub your back?
Oh, it's the best.
So what's wrong with
when
that
it's
then?
wanted. You basically touch rape everybody
Touch
you meet.
rape. Get back to your
when you're
story.
drinking. So anyway, we take this little trip. We rent this house, like a little Airbnb, and it's in a airplane hangar
Sounds so cool, man.
at an abandoned airfield. And there's like 8 airplane hangars, but this is the only one that's been turned into like a residential dwelling.
And you'd been to this place before,
Yeah,
right?
we
One other
went
time?
last year. So basically they took the hangar that has the watchtower in it for the airport and turned it into a house. And actually we got a little history lesson on it. It was quite the trip. So we get there and the freaking heat doesn't work in the main gathering room. So it's like 62 degrees.
Like you couldn't get it to fire up or anything. It just was off.
No, that the furnace was running. You could hear it run,
But it wasn't blowing into that
but it wasn't
room.
blowing. So we call the furnace guy up the next morning. And he comes out and he's like, oh, I live right up the road. We're in the middle of nowhere. He's like, oh, I live right up the road, He's like, do you guys know the history of this house? We're like, no. He goes, well, this was an airfield he goes, 35 years ago. They closed it down, and somebody who won the Wisconsin lottery bought this place, for all the land and all the buildings. So he's like, he installed this garage door right here, and he had his Lamborghini parked in here, and he built a indoor pool, and he made the back area, which we call like the outdoor recreation area, where they got like bags and all kinds of stuff, big screen TV, couches. Like it's a cool area way in back, but that's an unheated area. That's where the big airplane garage door is.
Yeah.
He's like, the guy was in a band and he built this big stage back here, and he used to throw parties with, like 1,000 people at it, and they used to just spill into the airfield. And he's like, then he dug in this indoor pool, and the pool's gigantic. And then on the other side of that area is like the gathering area where the kitchen is. There's an arcade, all kinds of stuff to do. And then you go up the staircase up into the watchtower, and every level of the watchtower has a different kind of bedroom schematic.
How many bedrooms did you say or this thing could sleep?
So there's 3 bedrooms in the watchtower, and then there's one by the pool. So there's 4 bedrooms. One of the rooms has like 12 beds in it though.
It's just like a bunkhouse.
Yeah, it's huge. and then the next one, the next level has a bathroom and then a single bed, and then the next level is like the master bedroom, and then it has like 4 futons in it, a king bed, and then it has another full kitchen for some reason on the 4th floor of the building where nobody would ever bring anything to actually use in a kitchen, but it's there.
Okay.
So it's cold as fuck in this May. Heating guy, he comes out, he gives us this rundown that this guy who won the lottery did all this shit to it. Everybody's swimming, having fun in the pool area. And then everybody starts like getting rashed up, breaking out.
Oh, no.
Everybody starts coughing. Like, no, the kids still want to be in there.
Chlorine poisoning?
Everybody was just kind of, I don't want to say ignoring it, but just kind of letting it be. Like, yeah, we're in an indoor pool. It's pretty chlorine-y, like,
Yeah.
whatever. So one of the moms who was there, kids started puking, so she called her sister, who is a nurse. And her sister told us we all need to rush to the hospital. So
Dude.
the person with us calls like the non-emergency line and asks, what should we do? And they said, well, we're going to send somebody over to test the chlorine in the air.
Send somebody over with a joker.
Yeah, with the choker.
They probably do have the chokers on their kits in those big-ass backpacks they carry everywhere, paramedics.
Probably.
They probably got a choker.
Nobody choked when they came.
Okay.
But they said, we're going to send somebody over to test the quality of the air. And they're like, somebody will be there in like 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool. So a fire truck pulls up. Then another fire truck pulls up. And then a paramedics pulls up.
Jeez.
And then 2 more fire trucks pull up.
Oh, my gosh.
And then 2 more paramedics pull up.
Dude.
So in total, 11 fire trucks showed up and 6 paramedics. And this is not a joke. So they came into the house full riot gear.
Yeah.
Like
all
the
bags.
masks, the oxygen tanks, like carrying axes. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen.
Well, you had told them that one of the kids had thrown up.
Yeah.
So,
So they made everybody who was staying there, kind of everybody split up, and they took 4 people in 3 different fire trucks. They were fire trucks that had big rooms in the back.
Okay.
And they took us in there and they tested us all separately for oxygen levels, carbon monoxide, and something else. And then they were like taking the kids' vitals and doing all this work on these kids. And everything came back good. The firemen went in there. They're like, your oxygen levels are fine. Carbon monoxide's good. And they're like, we weren't getting a reading on the chlorine. And we're like, all right, cool. They're like, so we assume our chlorine meter's broke. So we called another fire department, and they're bringing down their chlorine meter.
So 4 more engines show up.
So 8 of our fire trucks leave, and 4 more show up from another municipality.
Got to be kidding me.
Yeah. And then, boom, the place is full of firemen again. And
You were probably excited for that, hey?
this was like a 3-hour event. We invited them to stay.
You're just like, take your shirts off. Come on, let's get into the pool that got us sick.
I asked them if I can record them so they can be on TikTok and
You don't even know what TikTok is.
They were all laughing and about to say yeah, and then there was like one older, grumpier dude in the group, and he was like, that's not a good idea, sir.
Why?
So while we were split up, the person who actually rented the house was getting a little concerned. based on the sheer volume of people showing up to this party, you know?
Yeah.
So she asked the fire chief or whatever, who pays for this? Like, is the homeowner going to get a bill? Like, what's going to happen? Because we had no intention on telling the homeowner that any of this happened.
Well, yeah, and also you didn't necessarily say send the fucking brigade.
Well, and we thought like they were gonna send one guy over in a Toyota Camry.
Yeah, with the little fucking. I just looked them up. They're $999, $600.
We thought some like old dude was gonna show up with a meter, like, thanks for pulling me away from dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, like everybody in the city showed up, you know. So we're like, who's paying for this? And the police chief or the fire chief goes, well, we're all volunteer firemen, so nobody gets a bill for any of this.
Okay.
And he goes, the only way you guys get a bill is if one of you guys leaves in the paramedics. Like, then the paramedics are not volunteers, so they have to show up, but they don't get to charge unless you guys go with them. So I'm like, all right. Or they told that to the girl who rented the place. I was not privy to this conversation. I was in the back of a different fire truck getting harassed by a paramedic.
For what? I don't get it.
That we all checked out good for everything. And she said, all right, well, we're going to have to take all 12 of you to the hospital in the paramedics so you guys can all get blood tests for carbon monoxide poisoning. And I go, well, you just checked us for carbon monoxide poisoning. And she goes, well, sometimes this meter...
This is ridiculous.
This meter can give us a false reading. And I said, well, are they checking the other ones, the other trucks? Are they checking them for carbon monoxide poisoning too? She goes, yeah. I said, so you're telling me that 3 different machines are going to malfunction 4 different times? And just to be sure, you need to make sure that we all take fucking $3,000 paramedics rides to the hospital that's 40 minutes away? I said, no, I don't think so. I said, I'm not agreeing to that. Nobody else here is going to agree to that either.
They're like trying to cohort you.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
here it hurts.
They take you into different rooms. It sounded bad when you first said it. Like
and nonetheless,
an investigation.
Nonetheless, one of the other families was really open to going. I'm like, apparently you got better insurance than me because I ain't fucking with that. But I told her no, and the paramedic got really angry, and she like yelled at me in the back of this fire truck that I'm gonna have to sign a paper stating that I denied their help. And I said, yeah, that's fine. I said, I'll sign it and I'll forge everybody else's name on it too.
Jeez.
And
why would you have to sign something like that? They came. It's not like you refused their help. They're asking you to go into the hospital. You don't need to go to the hospital.
Right. So, like, that lady must have been the paramedics' leader because she, like, walked out of the fire truck, snapped her fingers, and all 6 of them paramedics left. Like, immediately. They were like, fuck you guys, we're not helping you. And they bounced. And
that's pretty crazy, man.
So I kept like the firemen are they're all just standing there. Like none of them can leave until the dude tells them they can leave. And they're all just standing there. And it's like 7:30 on a Saturday night. And I just kept walking from fireman to fireman.
Asking them if they wanted any jerky.
Apologizing to them for ruining their Saturday night with this nonsense.
Yeah, yeah.
And they told me that they still have fire trucks a couple blocks away still fighting a house on fire. They all left the house fire.
Why?
To come to this.
That doesn't make sense.
They're like, oh, I mean, it was pretty much out, so we all just left.
But why do they need so much? Like, they need the fire trucks and everything, and
dude, this city, their firemen roll deep. Apparently, there's a lot more volunteers than need in this city. I want to know where the hell this community gets all this fire truck money, because there's a lot of money in fire trucks at our place.
Fire trucks are probably $750,000, or $250,000. Yeah, 300,000. How much is a brand new fire truck?
A fucking Bentley's $250,000. A fire truck's got to be $750,000.
Hey, Google. Any phones go off?
No.
Maybe at home.
You got a Google at home. You can spend anywhere between $200,000 and over $1 million.
Jesus Christ.
You're in the market. Dude, speaking of $1 million, so, like, I'm pretty much obsessed with cryptocurrency and all this, and I've been watching this. Yeah, so I've been watching this. There's this story. So you know what an NFT is? Yeah, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this NFT called Clip Art NFT or something, right? And the person who owned it, they're valued around $1 million, these things. They're fucking it looks like a rock. It's just a little, like, MS Paint rock, right?
Yeah.
So when you list something for sale on the marketplace, you have to tell the computer what, I'm going to sell this NFT for this amount of money, and you enter that in and you hit, post for sale, right? Well, this guy put it up for sale. He was going to put it up for sale for 444 ETH, which is about $1 million. But he put it in for 444 Gwei. Gwei is a different currency. It's basically like 1/1,000,000th of an ETH. So it's a very small amount of money. And he listed it for 444 of those instead of 444 of Ethereum. And so he listed it for a fraction of a penny. And there are people who have bots set up to find, like, deals. Like, if there's an NFT of this, product or whatever, of these 1,000, this contract that goes for sale for X amount of money below the lowest priced one now, just buy it. They have a bot set up just to do it. So it's sold for like nanos of a penny.
Jesus.
Could you imagine? You got $1 million little piece of artwork and it sells for a penny?
No, I would hate it.
What would you do with yourself? What would you do with yourself if you basically lit on fire $1 million?
Jump off the top of my truck.
Well, I can guarantee you, if I bought a stupid fucking piece of clip art for $1 million.
But no, you didn't buy it for $1 million probably if you're this person. You probably got it early for free or for $200 or something, and you just had it in one of your crypto wallets, and then you come to realize it's worth all this money and you go to put it up for sale.
I still have a very tough time understanding how any of this not only is valued, but can hold any value.
One of these Ether rocks sold for $3.5 million.
It's a non-tangible item. Like,
it's a collector's item for the new age.
But who sets the price? Like, the dude selling it who bought it for $1 can just say this is $1 million thing and put it for sale for $1 million.
Who sets the price on anything?
It's kind of like eBay. It's like eBay. Who sets the price of a pair of old socks?
Yeah,
but some people fucking pay lots of money for other people's running socks.
Why you gotta bring up socks?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I'm just saying.
Why you gotta bring up socks?
Just because you throw your socks away and your pennies, people buy things, dude. It's so weird.
Every time about my door of 5 pennies fall out.
Yeah. It's because you're crazy with
I don't know.
pennies.
It just doesn't make sense because
it's kind of like so let's see. You probably have a collectible firearm that's probably less than functional, if functional at all yet. Maybe you have one that's not functional, but it's a collectible, right? It's neat to you. And it's neat to a niche group of other people who would be willing to exchange owning that for money. And that's all it is.
But that's what I'm saying, that it's something you can take out into the world and use, or
think of it like a digital photograph. So you have a digital photograph of your kids.
Because first off, broken guns aren't worth shit. I don't care how collectible. Like, it had to be the gun Alec Baldwin used to kill that lady on the set.
Maybe that was a bad example. Maybe it would be like to go back to tiling, maybe it's an antique tiling saw that's clearly not functional anymore, or maybe a little bit. You could maybe use it.
They made him the best.
But someone who's been tiling their
day.
whole life would be like, oh, dang, this guy's got a Richmond 66.
Yeah.
You know? So there's a niche amount of people who collect them and a niche amount of people who want to get rid of them, and or who want to accumulate them or look at them themselves. And it's the meeting of the people who want them, the people who have them, and a limited amount of them being available. So with an NFT, it's kind of the same. It is, I mean, it's 99.9% of it is complete hype, scam, craziness.
But you know, the thing is
a lot of it's money laundering, honestly, I would think.
So here's the thing though.
Just like regular art.
If you take your little, whatever the fuck it is, picture on your computer that you just paid $200 for,
right?
And you click the 3 dots in the upper right hand corner,
yeah,
and just put save image to computer. Okay.
And you know what's really funny too is that people do that to share them with other people. Like, look what I got. And you send them the file that they can right click save it on.
Yeah.
Then again, it makes it more popular.
So like, here's another example. So
But hold on.
Yeah,
so that's something that means nothing really to anybody. You just have an image saved on your computer for no reason.
what it represents is ownership of something.
Okay.
So it is a piece of code on a computer that can't be faked.
But you can never actually touch that thing, and everybody else in the world can also own a copy of that. When you look at a tangible item, if I go buy,
There can be copies of everything too.
if I go buy an antique saw, I don't have to make the determination, do I want to own this original
people
antique
make
saw,
fake ones
or
of
if I want to see,
like a Coke sign, people make them to look antique.
right?
They fake it.
Yeah, true. But you
All right,
still have a tangible item.
Yeah, I didn't mean it to go to NFT talk, but
No,
I
this
mean-
explanation of NFTs can go on forever because they're not well known yet. So to explain to someone that has no idea or has never traded or
well, like here,
accumulated
think of it
any
like
of them?
this. Think of it like this.
it's
So
going to take forever.
the Super Bowl tickets that were for the Super Bowl were issued in a paper ticket, and they also came along with it a digital copy that is proven to be true copy of that ticket. It's a piece of code that can be accessed anywhere. You don't have to right click save it. It's out there already. All you have to do is find the code or use your code to acknowledge it, that you have it. And so like if you go to the pawn shop in 40 years to exchange the Super Bowl ticket from the last Super Bowl at the pawn shop, he doesn't have to call in the lady. You can just say, I also have this digital thing. I can show you what the code is and you can look it up, and it's verifiable on this network of verified people that I've validated it. So it's like an instant appraisal right then and there. But it can digitally represent a house. So you could say an NFT is the value of my house. It's tied to my deed of my home. And if I sold the NFT to someone, I wouldn't have to go through a bank to verify that transaction actually happened. It would happen on the blockchain and be verifiable in that regard, tied to the NFT of the house. And you could sell your house that way. It can represent anything. This one is just a piece of it's literally just a JPEG of a rock, though, and it's worth apparently $1 million. And I also don't fucking understand why people spend and how people spend so much money on something like this.
All right, let's take a little turn. You guys wanna do this Dorito challenge that Chris brought in and I've never seen before?
I was thinking we need to do a game with it. What could the game be? I don't have any questions or anything where if you get it wrong, you gotta eat a chip.
I think we all take a chip from it. This is Doritos roulette.
Yeah, I saw them in the store today. I thought 3 Dimes Reviews has to check this out.
Doritos roulette. Is this the blue flavored kind or no?
Yeah,
Cool Ranch.
The blue flavored. Yes.
Shut up.
It's not a Gatorade.
Roulette. So
the idea,
I'm assuming
the idea is, I think that there are a percentage of chips within this bag that are fiery hot, but most of them are not. And I remember when I was a kid, we used to have sleepovers at the house with the neighborhood kids, and my dad used to play this game with Dave's Insanity Salsa. He'd hide it in a fucking snack that he would bring out, salsa and chips, or he'd have like, pizza rolls or something. But so let's all
Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Chris is opening the bag of Dorito roulette.
I'm gonna take 3 chips. I feel like that's a good
Okay.
amount
Let's all take 3.
to start. Oh shit, the bag almost just ripped open.
Okay. Now I see a lot of extra seasoning on that one, so I'm not taking that one.
They don't look any different.
They all smell the same. I can smell them.
Smells like,
Like
a
right
regular.
away.
Smells like a regular.
Like right away, I
Dorito.
can smell them. Okay, so we all have 3 chips.
I have 4.
Okay,
Damn,
fine. Tony
dude's
just got
hungry. All right.
Tony's got 4. Just put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. It's
Do
gonna
you-
fall on my
alright.
shit.
Do you think that even the hot one's gonna be hot?
I don't know.
Do you think that all of them are going to be a little hot because they're in the same fucking bag? And how the hell do you do that without doing that?
Do you think that this one covered in red
Yeah.
could be the hot one?
So I'm going to take one with like no seasoning on it because you
It's
never know.
Covered in red specks.
Yeah, this
But I have
cheating.
2 like that also.
No, but I have some with a
Compared
little
to
bit of
this
red.
one that
Yeah, but-
has nothing.
But that's any bag of Doritos, dude. They toss
That's
their
true.
chips.
You're
Don't
right.
toss
That's
I don't
true.
buy Doritos.
Oh, you don't
I
know.
buy Clancy's
But
from
wouldn't
Aldi's.
2 for $5.
Wouldn't the flavor of the hot, if you're shaking the bag up, wouldn't it
Yeah,
spread on
you
the
would
chips
think.
everywhere?
All right, let's
You
try
know,
it.
that's my pet peeve in life when you have a cookie jar and there's like 2 Chips Ahoy's left and you dump a bag of Oreos in, all the Oreos end up tasting like Chips Ahoy.
Yeah.
And
they-
then you get to the Chips Ahoy and they just taste like fucked up Oreos.
yeah, that's not a good mix. You don't
Chris,
want to
try-
be mixing.
Try your first chip.
All right.
Let's do it first. Hot or not?
It's not hot.
Not hot. Okay,
Not hot.
I'll try mine. My first one. It tastes like a shitty type of Cool Ranch.
So I'm getting a tinge, like there might have been hot in it, but no, it's not hot.
No, a tinge of. Okay, then those weren't the hot ones. Maybe Tony's gonna get the
All
hot
right.
one.
I'm going for the red one first.
Get the flavored up one.
Tony just bites a little piece off. He's afraid. He's afraid.
He's enjoying his
Is hot?
Dorito.
What kind of savage takes a Dorito all in one bite?
I
just
only
everyone
do that.
does.
I only do that.
Then you get crumbs everywhere if you
No.
don't.
3 bites of Dorito. That's the only way.
Okay,
to eat
is
'em.
it hot or not? Not.
No.
Chris, go. Your turn.
This one's loaded. This one's loaded. This is a loaded chip.
He got a loaded chip, he says. Chris, hot or not? You swallowed really
Not hot.
strangely.
Not hot.
Okay, so here's mine.
So maybe it is that the bag's not hot or the bag is
I don't
hot.
get this fucking thing. Did you read the instructions? It's not hot, but it tastes the same as the other one. Nah,
It should
You
taste
went
the
you went too much chip in one bite. That's why you're choking.
I can put a lot in my mouth, you
same.
piece
No
of
wonder he
shit.
needs a joker.
Give me that bag, because these are not hot.
You're 2 for 3 so far. Now you're just skipping rank. You're just skipping
I
rank,
have
bro.
to. I have to. There's no way. There's no way we haven't got the hot one yet.
There's a pretty good way.
Okay, wait. That last one was hot. Yep.
Yep. This,
Yeah, that
this
one's hot.
spicy.
Holy shit, that one was hot. A little bit. That is weird. Wow, that one was hot. Yep.
that was a hot chip. I got a
Yeah,
hot
that was
chip.
that one. Okay, so 2 out of 3. We're not.
My tongue is tingling for
Oh,
sure
yeah.
after that. It's not
I-
like aggressive.
It's not crazy hot, but it's hot enough where. That's weird, man. Holy shit. So this is true. I thought this was fake.
So I saw these. There's nacho cheese ones too. I saw them at the store.
It's hot, but it's definitely nothing compared to anything we've ever done before.
I went into a Walmart. No, those the fucking hottest nut challenge. You kidding me, dude?
Yeah,
Both of you
I could tell the
bitched out
difference.
on that.
I could tell the difference. Did you get a hot one at all?
Tony's not.
Okay, try the last one.
He's a slow eater because he's eating
How's
it
that?
like a bird.
How's it?
It's Cool Ranch.
he's all ranched out.
You think with his size, he would take those chips 5 to just right in his mouth?
Dude, don't hate on me because you got shitty genetics.
What? What's wrong with my genetics? I'm short but stout.
Tony's
you're
gonna
not-
go
you're not
until he gets
stout.
hot. He's gonna go until he gets a hot one.
So he's still eating his. While he's eating his chips, we have a movie coming up. Why do you throw that one for?
He's throwing half chips away until he gets a hot one.
You have to give it like a second.
He's just man.
He's do it. Actually, it's getting hotter.
The thing
Is it
about
getting hotter, or is that me?
the thing about being in a
Oh, there's impossible. You've gotten a hot already. Come on, dude. You've gotten a hot. I
Is
can
it a-
feel it in
do you
my.
do you think it's heat embedded into the chip or
I don't-
into the seasoning?
It has to be in the chip. It has to be in the chip. But how do they put it in the chip?
Like a piece of the corn that it's melded with.
Got it? You got a hot one now?
You could put hot.
I can feel it, dude. I can totally tell the difference.
I guess this one would be hot
It's a
So you
low
gotta have-
season.
comparatively.
So you have either you have great luck or bad luck because it was the 9th chip that you ate. For Chris and I, it was both 3rd.
Yeah, that was
That's
was a
weird,
hot one.
isn't it? It's way different though.
It's like a slight hint of Cool Ranch and a little bit of Takis.
Takis in
Ah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I give it to Doritos though. I'll give it to Doritos for
Try
thinking
new
of
stuff,
an
man.
innovative way to sell
Okay.
product to their customers because I wouldn't have bought a bag of Doritos today unless it was in this. There was only one reason I bought it was roulette.
So, what I wanted to just mention before Tony started throwing chips over his shoulders was Thursday. We have, this is going to be our last round. I'm telling you right now because Chris is within points of making $1 easily.
I don't know, man.
You are 14 points. You just picked a goddamn, what's his name? What's the actor's name? Come
Ryan-
on, here.
Ryan
Reynolds
Reynolds?
movie. Come on, give me a break. So you picked a Ryan Reynolds movie. This is probably gonna be the end of the third or the end of the round, and it is the movie on Netflix called. Help me out here.
For Thursday's show,
For Thursday's
Thursday's show.
So stay tuned for Thursday. What is the movie called again?
The Atom Project on Netflix.
Like I say, the Addams Family.
It's the Atom Project on Netflix. It's a sci-fi adventures, 1 hour 46 minutes. Ryan Reynolds meets himself from the past and in the not in the future, but from the future. And we were gonna review that one on Thursday.
And we're
Ding
gonna find.
dong.
And we're gonna. And we're gonna find out the winner. Actually, no, we're not going to. Reverse.
Good one, Jay.
And next week we're gonna review Ryan Reynolds' movie. Well, I forgot the name of it again. Jesus.
The Atom Project.
The Adam Project.
I wonder how good your review is going to be if you can't remember the name of the movie.
Stay tuned.